Hello boys and girls, welcome to the Math Club. In this video, we're gonna revise some questions about Unit 2. Let's take a look at some questions here. Let's take a look at question 6. Question 6 here, we have to simplify. Simplifying, as we said, we're gonna add or work out the like terms together to simplify as much as possible. And as we can see here, the like terms here are what? Very good. We have 11b and negative or minus 6b. They are like terms. And other like terms are negative 5c and plus 3c. Now, let's work them out together. First, 11b minus 6b. So 11 minus 6 equals, very good, 5b. And then we have minus 5c plus 3c. And as I told you, you take the coefficient and put it in the calculator, and it will give you the answer. So when we have different signs, we take the sign of the bigger number, and then we subtract the numbers without looking at the signs again. So the sign of the bigger number is negative here, because 5 is the bigger number. So we put negative here. And 5 minus 3 equals what? Very good, 2. So the answer will be 5b minus 2c. Now, let's take the answer. So 5b minus 2c. Very good. Let's move on to the next question. Question 7. Find the nth term of the sequence. Now, to find the nth term of a sequence, as I told you before, we're going to use what? Very good. We're going to use the formula of the nth term. Let's write the formula here so we can work with it. The formula says what? A1 plus dn minus d. Now, this formula here is used to find the nth term of arithmetic sequences. Now, first thing we do, we find A1. What's A1? Very good. A1 is the first term in the sequence. So A1 is 1 here. So we write A1 equals 1. That's the first thing. And then we're going to find D, which is the difference or the first difference in the sequence. Now, to find the first difference, we take the term and subtract from the term before it. So 8 minus 1 equals 7. Very good. So it's positive 7. And then 15 minus 8 equals positive 7. And then 22 minus 15 equals, very good, positive 7. So D here is positive 7. So we write D equals positive 7. And then we use both of them in this formula to find the nth term of the sequence. Now let's use it down here in this space. Let's write the formula again. So A1 plus dn minus d. We said that A1 is 1, so 1 plus d equals 7, so 7n minus 7. Now, we simplify the formula or this term as much as we can. So here we have 1, and here we have negative 7. So when you work them out together, you'll get negative 6. So the final answer will be 7n negative 6. And this is the nth term of this sequence. And this is how you answer a question like this. So first you have to memorize the formula of finding the nth term of arithmetic sequences. And then find A1 by using the first term, and then find D by subtracting the terms or the next terms to each other. Now, to find the nth term of an arithmetic sequence, you have to make sure that you're using this formula. Now, let's move on to the next question. Solve this. By solving, we have to find the value of the variable. And the variable here is m. So we're going to find the value of m. And we can find the value of m by putting all the constants together and all the variables in one side. So we're going to take 2m here, and take it to the other side, so it's going to be negative 2m. And then we're going to take the negative 4 here and put it in the other side. It's going to be positive 4. Now we remove this and this. Now let's continue working out the numbers. Here we have 4 and 5. So 4 plus 5 equals 9. And then on the other side we have 6m minus 2m equals 4m. Very good. And how did we find out this? By taking the sign of the bigger number, which is 6, and then subtracting 6 and 2. And the answer is 4. Now here we have 4 times m, and we want to get rid of the 4. So we're going to take it to the other side by dividing. So 4 goes here by dividing. It's going to be 9 over 4. So m equals 9 divide 4. And then when you do 9 divide 4 by the calculator, the answer will be what? 9 divide 4 equals 2.25. So m, let's write it here, m equals 2.25. Let's use the space here. So m equals 2.25. And this is how you answer a question like this. So what did we do first? Very good. We worked out the like terms. We put the like terms in one side and the other constants in the other side. We work them out together by addition or subtraction. And then we took 4 by division to the other side. So 9 divide 4 equals 2.25. Now let's move on to the next question. Question 9. Solve. In this question, we're going to solve the equation. And by solving, it means finding the values that work out x, or finding the values of x. Now, as we can see here, this is a quadratic equation, and it's equal to 0. So to solve quadratic equations, we have to factorize them. And by factorizing, we have to use the double bracket method. Now, let's take a look at this first. Here we have x squared plus 7x minus 18. So first thing we do, we open brackets like this. And then x squared is what? Very good. It's x times x. Now, we take a look at the sign of the constant, as we said before. The sign of the constant here is negative. And negative means what? It means subtraction. Very good. So negative means subtraction. When do we subtract? If we have the same signs or different signs? Very good. We subtract numbers if they have different signs. So it means here that these two numbers have different signs because subtraction happened between them. So we put the different signs. One of them is positive and one of them is negative. Very good. So we understand from the sign of the constant that these two signs are different. Now, we need to find the numbers that work out this quadratic equation. What does that mean? It means when you multiply these two numbers, you will get 18. And when you subtract them from each other, you'll get 7. This is the idea of this puzzle. Now, to make this easier, we're going to take the 18 and factorize it here. So we're going to factorize 18 first. 18. We're going to factorize it this way by using the method that I told you, the numbers next to each other. And then we write the multiply sign next to them. And then we take the number and divide it by these numbers here. So 18 divide 1 equals 18. Very good. And then 18 divide 2 equals 9. Good job. 18 divide 3 equals 6. 18 divide 4. Can I divide 18 by 4? So 18 divide 4, it will give me a decimal number. so I'm not gonna work with it. Okay, and then same idea with 5, it's gonna be a decimal number, and 6 is already used here, so I'm not gonna do it again. So I'm gonna stop at 3 times 6, and these are the factors that make up the number 18. Now, in these factors here, I need two numbers. Now, I know that these two numbers, when you multiply them, you get 18. Now, the second part of the puzzle, I need two numbers. When you subtract them from each other, you'll get 7. So, which two numbers are they? Are they 1 and 18? Very good. They're not. Are they 2 and 9? Very good. They are 2 and 9. So, the answer is 2 and 9. Now, I have number 2 and number 9, and I want to use them here. I need to know which place I put the 2 and which place I put the 9. Now, to put 2 and 9, I need to look at this answer here. Now, the puzzle says if you subtract them, you will get a positive 7. So the answer is positive. Now, when you subtract two numbers from each other, you will take the sign of the bigger number. So the positive must be the sign of the bigger number. So which one is the bigger one? Is it 9 or 2? Very good. It's 9. So I'm going to put 9 in the place of the positive sign. So 9 is here and 2 is here. And in this way, I factorized the quadratic equation by putting two brackets next to each other. Now, this is the first part. Now, the second part, I'm going to solve it. Solving means what? Finding the values of x. Very good. First thing, I'm going to put this 0 here. So equal 0. And then to solve this, I have two ways. One of them is the fastest one, in which I say that here, x plus 9. So I'm going to say it's x is the opposite of positive 9. So x is negative 9. This is the fast solving method. And the same thing here, I will say that x minus 2. So x is the opposite of negative 2. So x is plus 2. In this way, I solved it the fast way. I'll say that x equals negative 9 and x equals plus 2. Now, this is the fast method. Now, to show you steps, I will show you how did we get the negative 9 and the positive 2. Now, the first thing I do, I take this bracket here and make it equal to 0. So x plus 9 equal 0. And then I will take this 9 to the other side. So x equals what? Very good, negative 9. And this is the answer that I got here. Same idea. Now, the same idea with the other bracket. So I'm going to take this here. I'm going to put a line here. And then I'm going to take this bracket here, x negative 2, and make it equal to 0. So x negative 2 equals 0. And then I'm going to say, take the negative 2 to the other side. So x equals what? Very good, positive 2. And this is the same answer I got with the fast method. And in this way, we factorized and solved the quadratic equation by using the double bracket method. And this is how you answer a question like this. Now let's move on to the next question. Question 10. In question 10, we need to solve this equation. And by solving, it means finding the value of x. Now we take a look at the equation, we find that we have two fractions. And to solve fractions with an equal sign between them, we put an x sign in the middle and we multiply the ones connected together. So 6 is connected to this one and 5 is connected to this part. So I just multiply the ones connected together. So I'm going to start with this part here, 5 with the 3x plus 5. I will write it like this, 5 bracket 3x plus 5. And then same idea with the 6. I will write it as a bracket. And I will write the equal sign, of course. So 6 bracket 2x minus 4. And I'll close the bracket. Now, I'm gonna factorize these two and then try to solve the equation. By factorizing, I'm gonna multiply the ones outside and I'm gonna multiply them inside. So 3 times 5 equals 15x, good. And then 5 times 5 equals 25, very good. And then I will write the equal sign, remember that, always write the equal sign so you don't get confused. And then I'm gonna take the 6 and multiply it inside with the 2x, so it's gonna be 12x. And then 6 times negative 4, so it's negative 24. Very good. Now, the next step is what? After expanding, I'm gonna put the x on one side and the constants on the other side. Now, we're gonna take the 12x to the other side and we're gonna change the sign of the 12x. So it's gonna be negative 12x. And then this is positive 15x. And I'm gonna take the positive 25 to the other side and it's gonna be negative 25. And then I'm gonna work out these together. So here first we have negative 12, positive 15. When I put it in the calculator, it's gonna give me the sign of the bigger number, which is 15. So it's gonna be positive 3. Very good. Because 15 minus 12 equals 3. And x. And then I put the equal sign. Now, the other part here, I have negative 24 and negative 25. So it's going to be negative because they have the same signs. So we're going to add them. 49. Very good. Now, after this, what happens here? Here we have 3 multiplied by x. So when I take it to the other side, it's going to be divide. So I'm going to take the 3 to the other side here. So it's going to be divide 3. So x will be negative 49 divide 3. So I'm going to divide them by each other. 49 divide 3 equals 16.3. So x equals negative 16.3. And this is the value of x after finding or working out everything. So again, let's check from the beginning. As we said, first thing we did is what? We put an x sign between these and we multiply the 5 by 3x plus 5 and we got 15x plus 25. And the other side is 6 multiplied by 2x, which is 12x, and then minus 24, 6 times negative 4. And then I took the 12x to the other side and the 25 to the other side. And I changed the sign of each one of them. So I got 3x here. And the other side I got negative 49. And then I divided by 3, which is negative 16.3. And this is how you answer a question like this. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.